everyone. Today, I review the whole Dogman series. The whole Dogman series contains 10 books. 9. Right now, the full total of the books are 9. One more will come up, and it is the 10th one. And yes, its name is Dogman Wuthering Heights. And as you can see here, there are 9 books in total. The first one is Dogman, has 4 separate stories. Second is Dogman and Reach. Third is A Tale of Two Kitties. 4 is Cat Kid. 5 is World of the Fleas. 6 is Ball the Wild. 7 is For Whom the Ball Rolls. 8 is Section 2. And 9 is Grime and Punishment. Let's review all of them. This is the first book, and this is the first page of the book. I am going to review the first Dogman book. Likewise, the first chapter actually involves Dogman saving the city from PD. The second chapter also it involves this. The mayor and Dr. Scum teamed up, and PD broke out of cat jail. Dun dun dun. And yes, as you can see here, the mayor and Dr. Scum have teamed up in order to build a doppelganger chief. They named Robo Chief, and then she got arrested by Dogman, and this goes PD. But on the third story, there is a comic that Jordan Harold made in 1st grade, and it had Dogman. There is also a note. What? Right. That. And here is. Let's see. And here is the note. Which also shows the comic that Jordan Hill made in 1st grade. But then in the 4th story, it is also the title is also upon Star Wars. Weenie Wars, The Franks Awakened. It is upon on Star Wars The Force Awakens. It involves hot dogs food by Ribbon Spray that got eaten and used a mascot for Ribbon Spray too, which all caused by PT. And then Dogman moved on the Chief's new couch, and for a while the hip hip hooray football was introduced. After that, there is a test that Harold entertained and failed it completely. Let's move on to the second book. The second book is the depth of Flippy. On Chief's birthday, he got a new fish and super brain dots. But unfortunately, once he closed the door, the super brain dots fell into Flippy, and he started moving through his mind. But then comes the super anger! And after that, he then disguised himself. And then after that, turned his soul into a piece of mind, and then met his and then after that, PD broke out of jail and caused another doppelganger of him named Black PD, after him hypnotized the guy for whom made him come back to life. So here is the scene which from a couple of doctors put him back to life. So these are the 2 doctors, and this wizard here used raving spray and put him back and put him to life. Unfortunately, he made Sid come to life too, and then after that they chased him into the night. And yes, Peter's driving a treasure tank. And now let's move on to the 3rd book. Well, this is Flippy's second appearance, and after that he becomes a bionic fish. He then used a ribbon spray factory to make buildings come to life, and even the factory itself too. And this is the first Beastly building. He says Gooba Gabba than one of us. After that, he then sprayed the first bank of gym, and then it comes to life too. And then sprays another building and another building, but soon it ran out of spray. And then after that, PD used a cloning machine to clone himself and make an evil villain, just like him, in order to replace his butler. And then after that, he got the son named Pete, which will treat him very badly. And then after that, he now resides in Dogman for the 3rd and 4th books. Now, speaking of it, let's move on to the 4th book. And the fourth book mostly makes another depth. Yoe Caprice. Yoe Caprice is in a movie studio called Gassy Bearboff Studios, which from they made a scrap movie named The Dog Man. And yes, and many gods of muscle. And then here it is. And then here it is. This is also the Bog Knight, part of the Dog Knight. The Dogman's superhero appearance makes its step as well. And then after that Cat Kid is also there. And this also results in the creation of the Super Buddies. Yes, the Super Buddies. And then after that, here comes the fifth book, Dogman, Lord of the Frizz. The name that it's punned on also makes an appearance in this book. They also then made a roof ramp. And then the second appears the Super Buddies. And then after that, Petey tells the tale of the Critter Scouts. He then gets fought of the Critter Scouts, and then after that he called some people to get rid of the Critter Scouts, and then voila, Pinky, Crunky, and Bob make an appearance in this book. Get out the Critter Scouts too! And then on the sixth book, Dogman gets framed because of a doppelganger, which for him it is Petey's robot as a skeleton, and the Fleas, but the little evil animal squad. And then after that, they make a claymation version of the Dogman. Here it is. Tonight, Dogman, the major motion picture. It's actually the cover of the fourth book. This this says Tonight, Dogman, the major motion picture. It is a claymation version of the title cover of the fourth book. Yes, the fourth book. And then we then go on to the seventh book. No, Petey's father makes his depth. Petey's father this time over here is even more grumpier than himself. And then after that, Dr. Scum makes his reappearance by making burgle balls, and then eventually making a robot, some sort of robot thingy. And then after that, well, looky here, he then made his Colossabot 2000. Dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun. And it's also the first appearance of Commander Cupcake, which for him PT calls not fun. Because, as you can see here, Commander Cupcake is a superhero that just typically eats cupcakes in order to save the world. His weight is a superpower, but PD doesn't want that. And then on the 8th book, the 22 box make an appearance here. Dogman Fetch 22. It has 22 tadpoles, right? 22 tadpoles, right? 22 tadpoles right here, and they mistaken Fairy as a mob. But after that, she commands them to do evil things and take everything away. Yeah, but after that, she then gets arrested by the Super Buddies, and then after that, Commander Cupcake also captured Grandpa and the Fairfield self via the PD stuck by his glue. And yes, after that, PD made a discovery that super brain dot is very dangerous. And then here is the latest book ahead. Dogman Grime and Punishment! Dogman Grime and Punishment introduces Munchie, and Grandpa himself is the main antagonist known as Crud. Yes, he just speaks primitive like this. Crud steal! Crud, and then, and then after that, this is Crud over here. Yeah, and it says, Claude and Buddy do crimes! And then after that, the mayor then dislikes Dogman, but now likes it after he saved his teddy bear. It's also a 10th book, which for whom it will come on March 23, 2021. Favorite of these 9 books is the 3rd book and the spin-off, what is named Cat Kids Comic Club. I really like the 3rd book because it has a very awesome beastly building battle. There is also a spin-off named Cat Kids Comic Club. I also like it because it has tons of comics inside, made by the 22 frogs that Flippy raises. Those books make me read over and over again, especially the spin-off, what is named Cat Kids Comic Club. I am looking forward to seeing the 10th one, which will be released on March 23rd, 2021. Well, this book series can be a good size for kids. It's like at my age. So, if you really like Dogman, you can either buy a book from the bookstore or check it out at your local library to see if they have any. The pictures in the series, I really like them most because the drawings are not as you can see here, very awkward looking. So here is, I'm giving you an example. This is Dogman here. This looks slightly good, correct, and enough. With some stitch detailing over here, some pants and shoes over there, and his police outfit, and even his hat. There are also some drawings of buildings in the background, which for whom I also really like. The pictures in there are also really interesting and even have some detail. And yes, here is the example of the detail. So, this is one of the details here. A beastly building getting split in half, and that is the dead remains. And then after that, there were also some more beastly buildings, and yes, there were even some sound effects there, like zee, boop. This video is a short review, and this popular book series can give you some ideas for to draw. In fact, they even have how to draw inside the book. So, I'll see you next time. Bye!